What's up, guys? It's Beck.
And Bruce.
And we're talking about...
Do your job.
Do your fucking job. Do you have an example, Bruce? I feel like you have a little bit to say on the topic.
I got a lot of examples. But I have to think for a second.
Okay. I think it had to do with... You told me about one. The bad part of this show is that I have an exact replica of him, and he doesn't have a very good memory.
Yeah.
So the two of us trying to remember something.
Well, if you give me a hint, maybe I'll remember.
What were we talking about? You're talking about...
Somebody that didn't do their job.
This was like 30 seconds ago, by the way. Maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. We wrote some things. Dude, what was it? It was just there. Because you were saying, I don't know, man. But I have 1,000 examples of this. Like, today. Okay, tech support. I have a real big problem with tech support because they don't take ownership. Their problem, or the whole point of their existence is to deal with my problem. But they don't take ownership. So I'm like, hey, could it be this? Nope.
So you end up doing their job too.
Yes, I'm spoon feeding them their job. So all they have to do is go click, click. Nope.
You're getting loud again.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Here, let's turn
loud.
Let's turn yours. Well, we gotta balance it though. Let me go like that.
I used to take her to the grocery store with me when she was little, and holy mackerel! Everybody knew who we were talking about.
We never had mackerel.
But that wasn't the most embarrassing thing.
I did an embarrassing thing?
Well, we did it together. And this was actually when you were not a little kid. Do you remember?
Well, I don't know. Oh, was it the balls?
We walked in, and there was this great big wire thing like this, and then it had, like sides that came out like this, so you could take a ball out.
It's like a big wire cage.
Yeah. So we took a ball out, and we were playing with it, and we went to put it back, and I didn't realize, but the whole top flopped over. And hundreds of balls are bouncing around on the floor.
When we go somewhere, we like to spread our balls around just so everybody knows.
Want everybody to know
we were there.
Yeah.
Beck and Bruce balls. That's where it started.
Oh.
Beck and Bruce's balls. Started in the store, and now we're online.
Yeah.
Just talking about our balls. We had to do a big demonstration to kick the whole thing off.
She doesn't have any balls.
I don't? Never mind, this whole theory just crumbled. I forgot to tell you.
I changed your diaper, remember?
No! Thank God I don't remember that.
Really, I remember.
Speaking of parenting, that also drives me nuts. When parents refuse to do their jobs as a parent. Guess what your job is as a parent? It is not to focus on yourself. It is to take this tiny little human that you decided to bring into the world. They didn't volunteer for this shit. And say, hey, I'm going to teach you how to survive on your own. And nobody, I don't think is doing that anymore.
No.
I think they're letting the internet raise their kids.
Yeah, the internet, or they're thinking they're doing it at the school, and they're not.
They're not, because guess why? The school is
It's not the school's job. It's the parents' job.
And if you take recess out, how many hours are they actually in school? 8 to 12 and a couple hours? That's a third of your day. 2/3 of their day is not in school. Hours. Yeah, they are bankers hours.
And they're closed for all the
governments.
holidays. And then they get a few extra ones. But I used to love those when I was in school.
Yeah, if you're a kid, holidays are great. If you're a functioning member of society, suck it. You should always be open. You're an adult. You don't get summer vacations. You get to go do your job.
Do your job.
Ooh, you see how we loop that back around?
Yeah. You mean the kid job?
Yeah.
That never stops.
It doesn't. I thought surely by 20, she would be self-sufficient, not needing so much advice. But it just gets harder and more complicated. And you're just like,
smarter.
I don't know. Why are you asking me this existential shit? Now I gotta analyze myself so I can answer you. It's terrible.
And you start analyzing yourself.
And then I'm like, oh, why do I do that?
You got really pretty green eyes.
Hey, thanks. I think you might have had something to do with it.
Yes. She's got my green eyes.
See, it's my job to sit here and have pretty eyes and yap about other people not doing their jobs.
Do you know that I
don't know.
I think it's less than 2% of people have green eyes.
I think we talked about this. And less than 2% are redhead.
I don't know if it's true or not.
So we're like fucking unicorns.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have a problem with people that scoff at the idea of a unicorn. It's a horse with a horn. Like a rhino is more unbelievable than a unicorn.
Maybe that's what they were thinking of.
But they're like, oh, no way that could exist. But there's a fucking rhino. That's more believable.
Yeah.
This elephanty, what is it? Like a horse and an elephant mixed? With a horn?
Yeah, it's a long-legged rhino. With a swishy tail.
A unicorn is a long-legged rhino with a swishy tail. I think we should make a quote out of that.
Oh, that was dumb. Horse with a horn is more accurate.
A horny horse.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Horse.
And why would we think if they're a horny
horse
that they wouldn't reproduce? They're horny. Of course there would be a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You see, I have a problem with people. Don't at me if you have a thing to say about unicorns.
What happened there? Why were we talking about unicorns? Anyway.
Because we're doing our job. No, because we're unicorns. Because we have green eyes and red hair and
I remember now.
Okay, these are very long. Whatever. This is like a scroll. We're gonna sell some products that have to do with doing your job.
Well, this.
What is it, Bruce?
I'm not sure. It's a communication pocket.
How does a communication pocket work?
Put knocks in the pocket. That's all you gotta do, folks. You put knocks in there, and the little drawstring closes the bag. Pocket, I mean.
It's notes.
It's a bag.
Push notes.
Oh, notes in there.
So, like, when somebody's communicating with you, you could write a note and put it in your communication pocket so you can remember what people say.
Oh.
But I like knocks better.
You know, you gotta have some place to put your knocks.
It's a hard knock life for us.
A knock pocket.
Knock pocket.
Not available in stores.
I kind of want to put your spelling also on the internet because it's fantastic. Okay.
Direct.
Is
that what it says?
This is the instant.
Oh, never mind.
Well, we're just gonna make up what that last word is because I don't know.
Okay, I didn't have room for it.
This is the instant.
It's very abbreviated.
Sorry.
Come on.
Okay, folks. I don't know, even I haven't comprehended what I'm reading yet. He knows. I do not.
Yeah.
But I'm going to sell it to you anyway, folks. This is an instant hamburger. HAM. BERGER. So you don't so you don't have to deal with the nitwits. Nitwits at Mick.
Yeah, you don't have to stop at the fast food place. You just bam.
You know what else is wrong about McDonald's and why you need this instant hamburger is because now in the McDonald's they put 2 drive-thrus for the speakers and it feeds into one and they hand you the food and you pay and hand you the food. They are implying that the customer's ordering is what's causing the delays. Like they're like, you need 2 of those, but we'll only take this one because we've got it. But the delays are always in the kitchen. They're making all of them like that.
Because this one over here, they're fast.
Yeah.
A lot of times you order something, and by the time you pay for it, pick it up, they're sitting there waiting at the window with it.
That's true, but sometimes not. But do you see what they're telling you right there?
Sometimes they tell you to drive around front.
And park for 10 freaking minutes for your Egg McMuffin
park there
the other day.
Because somebody's not doing their job and bringing your food out there.
That's why you need an instant hamburger.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with that shit. Because you know what? They're already telling you.
You don't have to deal with a cook who's not cooking it.
And when you drive up, they're telling you, hey, you're going to take a while, so we'll give you 2 rows. Because we're on our shit and you're not. It's like an insult, right when you get there.
Insulting.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, so I'm the problem? It's not your kitchen crew? It usually isn't because they are very fast. Yeah. But, have I talked about this? Chick-fil-A?
I hope McDonald's is looking at this.
They're gonna. Chick-fil-A.
What about them?
I don't want to go to Chick-fil-A because they are homophobic. And they have some pretty weird practices.
Because, never mind.
The owners are openly homophobic. So, I don't want to support them. But...
What, they don't...
The way that they're...
Gay chickens?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Every chicken is equal, in my mind.
Yeah, especially because you're going to cut their head off and eat them anyway.
Like, who cares what the chicken genitals are? I feel like it's roosters. But whatever. Yeah. They're not serving us roosters, are they? I want rooster fillet, okay? I don't want Chick-fil-A.
I bet they throw a rooster in there every once in a while.
They probably do. See? And then they're against
they make all kinds of noise early in the morning. Somebody's going to chop his head off.
Wait a minute. How can they be against homophobia when everything they serve is chicken? That's all the same thing. Homo means one. Same.
No, you got it all wrong.
Anyway, I don't want to support them.
We got to come back to the chicken and the rooster. Is that what we got to do?
Yes. What came first, the chicken or the rooster? Nobody ever asked that. They're talking about the egg. How do you think the egg gets there? A fucking rooster and a chicken. But which one? Okay, but I don't want to support the homophobes at Chick-fil-A. However, the way they run that fucking drive-thru is the most fantastically efficient thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say, everything I see about that place is like a sandwich machine.
I was like, okay, let me just go through, and it was like...
sandwich machine.
People come out with little tablets, because the line's long, and they're like, oh, what can I do for you? And they take your order, people come up to you, collect your money so you don't have to worry about the window, and then you drive up and just grab your food.
See, now that's somebody doing their job.
They may be homophobes, but they do their damn jobs at
Chick-fil-A.
Mormons. Are they Mormons?
Mormons take it seriously.
Oh, well then of course they're homophobes.
Of course they're going to do their job.
Oh, I mean, of course they're going to do their job.
That's who you want to hire.
You do want to hire a Mormon, because you know they're not going to show up drunk to work.
Usually do that.
They're not going to be shooting up heroin in the bathroom.
Well, not all Mormons are good ones.
There's Hera Mormons?
I'm sure.
Heroamor? But I don't feel like they're probably actively going to church and jobs.
Yeah.
If they're in full-blown heroin addiction.
Yeah, they're probably not. very
if they're at the bathroom shoot-up stage, it's probably more like gas stations they're frequenting. Not to make fun of it, it's a terrible thing, but I'm just saying, the amount of Mormons, I would be interested to see the stats there. If somebody knows that, please send it to us, because we're interested. But we're not going to do the work, because we have this job to do.
That's right.
We're not researchers. That's your job.
Probably.
Ugh, but then we have to type.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Oh,
so what was the thing that they didn't do their job? What was it?
So you don't have to... There is a hamburger, you mean?
No! No, your story that you just told me. Did you think of it? Before we were shooting. No, before we started the show. And then you said, doing your job because... And then you told the story.
But that didn't have anything to do with the job, did it?
I think it did. And I was like, yeah! Because then... Oh,
but I'm sure everybody's got thousands of examples of people not doing their job.
Here's my thing. Like, why...
Think of it.
I want to get down to, why wouldn't you? Because here's what I do. I'm not even going to go somewhere if I'm not going to be fully present and like, what are we doing? Not worth my time. I could be laying in bed otherwise. So if I show up somewhere, I want you guys to be fucking showing up with me. And I want you to be present and looking at me in my eyeballs.
Things have gotten a lot better.
Have they?
Service-wise, I think so. And I think it's because of the internet.
It is. God bless the internet.
Because they don't want bad things written about them.
Like fucking
that
Molly Maid.
Job.
Like Molly Maid.
Oh,
perfect example.
Don't mention any names or anything.
Not to mention names, but Molly Maid. Okay. Their job is to clean. First of all.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
They ruined a product of mine. They didn't cop to it. I had to catch it on camera, do a whole thing, threaten legal action. I finally got reimbursed. Crazy. And then I fired them, so then I was like, oh shit, now I gotta clean my own house. So then
then you find out everything they didn't do.
I got on my hands and knees in the shower, and there was years of grime like that I didn't see underneath the door. I just thought it was dark like that, but it is a clear thing under the door. So I'm like, what am I paying you for?
Yeah, you know what? I think you need to have a contract with everything spelled out on it.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, do I have to say, wipe the baseboards?
I want you to clean the bathrooms. That means the shower and the toilet.
Underneath.
And the floor. All the hard stuff.
Behind the toilets. This is the shit I'm paying you to do. Because I could swish the toilet.
Yeah.
I could wipe down my mirrors.
Well, you could clean the bathroom.
I could.
I could clean
But I'm paying you to do it. And you're not even doing it. Oh, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I'm the type of person where I'm like, how can I make an example out of you so that everyone else does their job? It's like, let's learn a lesson. Let's put you on the stage and learn a lesson.
You know, I had a guy, it was probably a competitor of mine when I was in business, and he put a crappy comment on Yelp. And man, you know how everybody loved us there.
Yeah.
And he put a crappy comment on Yelp, and they kept that right at the top the whole time.
It sucks.
And they never put any, well, there was a couple good ones on there, but.
Yeah. I did one to
balance. That really sucks.
Yeah. But I did that with the maid thing because it's true. And I think other people should know about it. Yeah. But back then...
People lie.
Back then it was... Like, people weren't as savvy with reviews. They just believed it. Like, now, even when, you're trained, you look at an Amazon review, you can see if it looks like bullshit. You're like, okay, whatever. This guy hates everything. Yeah. You can look at the username now and go, oh, geez, he fucking rates everything like
5
that.
stars all the way down and then one, one star. I hated it. It wasn't right.
But now, back then, people were just like believed it. Yeah. But now people are savvy and they're like, okay, that's probably bullshit. It probably nets out to about this. Yeah. And now Yelp has like algorithms to take that stuff out.
Well, I hope Yelp's got their shit together too. That shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, but you know what? It even happens with companies now because there's Glassdoor, and that's like to look into companies. So employees go on there and talk about their experience with the company, and the company can't take it off. So it's just out there. So no matter what business you have, you're gonna get rated online, and it's gonna stick out there. Or, you know what I've done before? This is really a terrible... But this is the worst thing you could do to someone. I've done it.
Oh, I bet you it's the worst to people.
Online. This is the worst thing. Well, not the worst thing, but this is like, reputation-wise, you better be ready. Ripoffreport.com.
Oh.
Whatever you put on there never disappears. They never remove it.
Oh,
but
gee.
The employer also gets to reply once, but that is never deleted. So the person I did it to, he really was messed up, and they really needed to know about him because he was screwed up. The owner of this company. And then he replied back and said, if anybody wants my address and details, and he put where I lived, he said, he's like, I'll give you all of her details. And now that's online forever.
Really?
So, you gotta be careful when you do stuff like that. But now his company, anytime you look it up, that shit comes up. And I'm like, you know what?
So you know what this means?
Now people are gonna see he gives information away on his customers. So I'm like, you know what? You just did that to yourself, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And who's gonna go, oh, I want that complaining girl's address.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do that? People want to avoid me. That's what I'm really looking for. The girl that's shaking her fist and everything. Sounds like a winner to me.
I was going to say something, but I forgot it again.
Well?
You know, this memory thing is a problem. Maybe I had a...
We should learn some
A job machine.
You're gonna talk.
Job.
Yeah. You gonna make up what that means. It's a job machine. So if you can't do your job, what does the job machine do, Bruce?
Your job.
How does it know? Do you poke a screen? Does it have the jobs that it does on it?
You have to do a lot of programming first.
Oh,
no, really, it just needs to observe you at work. It's just a clone of you standing there watching you work.
This is sophisticated.
Yeah. This is an expensive job machine.
How much is this job machine? I feel like they would have had a marketing department.
You might have to work your whole life to afford it.
I feel like they'd have a better
or
name
not
than
work your whole life.
Job machine. If it's that expensive.
Pay for itself.
Yeah, because you could have a job and not even work. And your job machine's paying for itself.
Yeah, but it's not paying you anything.
But it doesn't need to survive, right? It's like a robot.
Doesn't need to eat.
So all of that money can just go to me because I have biological needs. Yeah. So I need the money more than it does. But then, what if it gets greedy and
but these things are billions.
Are billions? So billions. 2 guys in the world can have it? Yeah. I don't know why we need a commercial for that then. I think we could just go to their houses.
Yeah. Never mind.
But you know what we do need? You know what we do need, Bruce? Is a direct transfer cable.
Yes.
When people don't do their jobs. And what it does. It's like, you see this microphone? Ooh! You see this microphone? It plugs one end into the other. I plug this in any orifice you can use. It's really versatile. Plug it into the other person, and they immediately can retain and ingest ideas and concepts like, hey, can you clean my house? They'll know, oh my gosh, you mean I'm actually gonna clean it? Yes.
They'll know the whole thing.
And when you unplug the cable, here's the best part. It fuses with your DNA, so they never lose that particular information. So we're making society.
You don't have to tell them every time you see them.
Yeah, because you really do without this freaking gable. Every time.
I had a lot of employees. I know.
Like, hey, glad you showed up today. Do you remember what you came in for?
Yeah. Sometimes the idea just doesn't get across right.
Sometimes the words that are normal in society aren't able to be ingested by ears and retained, which is why we
so
need
that's
the
the
transfer
cable.
cable.
We need cable.
And I feel like
we're solving the problems of the world again.
I feel like we are. Because you know why?
Somebody will listen to this, some inventor, and he'll invent it.
He'll be like, my God,
that's
they've
the best
done
idea ever.
Except I feel like whoever it is gonna, make it a little bit less gross and maybe Bluetooth this shit.
Yeah.
Maybe we could Wi-Fi instead of plugging it in somewhere.
Or just even a helmet.
Like the awareness helmet from episode, I think it was 1. I don't remember. Listen to the other episodes. But there was an awareness helmet that will make you more aware of the things around you. You know what? I think this is awareness.
It could be a combo.
I think the cause of people not doing their jobs is lack of awareness.
Yeah, the awareness helmet might do it by itself.
Because if you're not aware, you can't hear things or retain things.
Yeah.
It all comes back to that one thing. You can't even do your job if you're not aware.
Yeah, you just gotta look around you.
I know.
Understand where you are, understand what your job is, and do it.
You know how we could do this so much cheaper and so much more efficiently?
What?
The Handmaid's Tale is onto something, okay? I'll just say that. The cattle prods, okay? They really wake people up. They wake you up. It's a startle. So the people that aren't in their bodies and not aware, you just go, psst, just a quick. 2 seconds. 2 seconds max. They'll cut off after that. And then they'll be aware.
Yeah.
You don't even have to worry about helmets and plugs and downloads and software plugins.
Speaking of people that aren't aware and making them aware, I've been dreaming about this other product.
What?
Building it.
What?
Like in the grill paintball gun. For the guy that doesn't know how to drive.
I have seen 1,000 of them this week.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, you mean guys that not paintball?
No.
In the grill.
No.
That's a good idea.
I was thinking of a pie hand that goes on the windshield because that's gonna give them some problems, and I want them to have a few problems. But then I thought, I guess because they're driving, they can't see and it might hurt somebody. So we should go with paint.
Paint.
Painted guns.
It'd be so cool if it just painted. Learn how to drive.
Or just a big
it just
flip of the bird.
Or just his asshole.
Yeah.
And then everybody will know the guy's an asshole.
Or if he's big enough, the whole ass. He's not just the hole.
You mean the paint?
He's the whole ass.
That's probably doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they do the fireworks and stuff. They gotta be able to do that with paint.
I think so. And I feel like there would be no safety issues with this whatsoever. We shouldn't worry about new drivers. Old people, who cares? Get off the road if you don't want to be painted. Painted an asshole.
Some kid did that to our house once. I chased that little sucker, but I never caught him.
He almost murdered me. I was at the bar, and because it's the nice way to sit, I was on a bar stool on my knees and leaning over on top of the bar, talking to someone, and right then behind me, it went red paint, and you could hear and it sounded like somebody was shooting, and I'm like, so I'm thinking, I'm the victim of a drive-by at this point. And then you're all, what the hell? And then he flies at the door and I see you running down there and I'm like, oh my God, I almost died. Okay, I was probably like 15 or 16, so it might have been skewed a bit.
You think she's dramatic now? Whoa.
I'm way calmed down.
Yeah.
This is like the Zen version.
Really chilled out.
Oh, my life flashed before my eyes. I will never forget that day. It was so traumatic for me.
Oh, it was.
But
I didn't realize that was so traumatic for you.
Oh my gosh!
I just had to get that little asshole.
Well, this whole time, I thought your motivation was because you wanted to save me. But now that I know you just wanted to get the asshole, it's a little less sweet of a memory. I thought you were so outraged that I almost got shot. You flew out there in my honor.
I thought, who the hell's got the balls to shoot at
my fucking house with paint?
Yeah, bitch.
That's exactly how I would be now. Like, move with Kira.
You know, that reminds me of chasing that guy that broke our pumpkin. Oh,
you guys don't know about that. Talk about doing a job.
That's it.
Okay. He used to install stereos and alarms and shit. So we had pumpkin smashers. It was the era of Smashing Pumpkins, I believe, the band.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I think that's why.
People got ideas. They're all Smashing Pumpkins. That's a great idea. So it would always get stolen and smashed, and we spent time carving those stupid ass pumpkins.
I remember I carved that one because it had a great big nose on it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, the big nose, and they kicked it.
Kicked the nose right off it.
So tell them about your invention, how it worked.
But because of my invention, I was alerted to this little jerk.
How? How does the invention work?
A pumpkin alarm.
Pumpkin alarm. Ooh. I'll put a sound effect.
It could be much more sophisticated now, but back then, I painted a box black, put a pin switch in the top, and a Makita battery, and a alarm siren.
Very sophisticated.
No, I thought it was unsophisticated. That's like it's unsophisticated.
To me, it was like, whoa.
No, now you can do a cool one.
Circuit boards.
Yeah. But, yeah, the kid kicked it hard enough to push that pin up.
Yeah, so the theory, you set the pumpkin on the switch, and if the pumpkin gets lifted or moved, the pin comes up and the alarm sounds.
Yeah. Simple.
So, he's sitting in there on Halloween.
Waiting for the little pumpkin smashers.
And then, you can run when you have to.
Well, back then I could run.
I think right now if you were coming after somebody, I think you could run still.
Maybe.
Because your adrenaline, I think it's the red hair. I think you're quite terrifying. I've had to run from you a few times. I was legit
really
like,
have to.
I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this.
I would have never killed you.
You're fucking fast. You're way faster than I anticipated.
No, but that was so funny, that kid.
Did you ever catch it?
There was a group of kids. I talked to them, and they ratted out the guy that did it.
Did you just come up to kids where you're like, did you guys kick a pumpkin?
Kick the pumpkin. And I had the nose in my hand, and it was big. It was like a big piece of pumpkin.
It's the size of your hand, I think. Yeah, depending on you.
And so I looked at the guy, and I said, I'll give you the 3. And he started running. 1, 2, 3, and I threw that thing at him.
You threw the nose?
Threw the nose right at him.
I never knew that.
I don't know if I hit him or not, but boy, that kid could move.
Didn't you get the car? Or was that a different thing you were
No, that was a paintball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe you caught him. I don't think I ever stuck around for the end of that.
Oh, I never caught the paintball kid.
No, the nose. I didn't know you threw the nose at him.
Yeah. Threw the nose at him.
Did it hit him?
I don't know. It's dark.
He was running
He
so
took off so fast. He didn't go around. He went right down the bank and off the wall.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
See? That's doing your job. That's being like, hey, I have a pumpkin to protect. How am I going to do it?
Protect your pumpkin.
I mean, the pumpkins don't last very long. They should have a good life. They shouldn't be smashed before they're prime.
They're already dead. Actually.
Oh.
Remember, we carved them all up.
And murdered them and scooped out their guts and sometimes bake them and eat them.
But you know.
Yeah.
I don't believe plants feel food. I mean, feel pain.
I don't think they feel food either.
Feel pain. Do you think somebody told me plants feel pain?
There's my issue.
They do, man. Oh,
what are vegetarians and vegans gonna
lawn sprout.
That's what I
every week.
Yeah.
Heads cut off.
That's actually why I never cut anything. Any plant.
Your grass gets to you pay the gardener.
I pay someone else to do it. I don't want to be a murderer.
She's a paid assassin who comes here once a week.
Exactly.
And murders.
You can at least assassinate properly. Yeah. But you know what? Those rose bushes.
Oh, they need to assassinate the heck out of those.
I spent 3 hours chopping those. Now I just wanted to rip it out. This is shop. We're talking shop.
Well, they don't care about rose bushes.
But here's the thing: these rose bushes.
Yeah, if they'd have done their job.
If they would have done their job, these rose bushes were like 1.5 of me tall. And I'm not kidding you. If I laid flat, it would have been. I'm like 5'2". If I laid flat from the beginning of the bush to where the roses were out, that's how long it was.
That's big.
I cut I was out there with these stupid ass clippers, and I'm like, ah! And I cut. It covered the whole back of the entire lawn. It was 2 garbage cans full of roses because someone that I paid didn't do their job. I actually don't pay them. You guys pay them.
Yeah, yeah.
But who cares where the money's coming from?
See, they was thinking we get paid whether we turn the roses
I think that's exactly. It's not their house, it's the daughter. They don't care. But they should care.
You know, I got one of those hedge trimmer things. I wonder if that would have done it.
That's why I'm like, I was thinking I could call you, and I'm like, let's get your dual saw and just go.
No,
because I don't care if they live. I'm going to be a murderer now.
Yeah. Put a big old blade on it.
Yeah. Let's cut that shit off. It's therapeutic, though. Man, I got a lot out. But holy crap. When you clip roses...
I know.
I couldn't move the next day.
Okay. Well, today's plan.
When you clip a lot of roses.
When you clip 25 feet of roses...
Done.
Yeah, I guess if you're not doing it,
you do your job.
Actually, I was this close to grabbing my machete.
Oh yeah.
And then having a machete time on it, but then I was like, you know what? These are very thorny, and I feel like that's a recipe for injury.
Yeah.
So I didn't go samurai on them.
Probably not sharp enough either.
Yeah. These were those clippers. I was cutting with dull.
Oh, jeez. Why didn't you come down?
Because
I got a nice
it was the spur of the moment things where you're like,
we're doing a big time.
Yes.
Why didn't you do a little?
Because there was 25 feet of roses I had to cut.
I got some gloves.
I was cutting
up to here.
Branches. I need to borrow those gloves.
Yeah.
And they come up to his, like the mid part of his upper arm.
Yeah.
Is where these gloves go up to. So he can
protects me.
When he's like putting dead bodies in acid.
Yeah.
You don't get any scratches.
Yeah, I usually have. Well, I got a few.
Your arms look pretty good.
Yeah.
Normally he's gushing blood from
everywhere, but now with my gauntlet gloves.
Gauntlet gloves, not to name any names.
No, those are that's what they should be called.
Oh, what are they called?
I don't know.
I say we just.
They're just gardening gloves or something. They come up. They're long gloves.
Did you get them on Amazon?
No, I got them at Green Thumb.
Green
They got
Thumb.
everything.
Are they green? And do they have a thumb?
I tell you, they got a lot of stuff, and they know their business.
So you say
I think their thumbs are green.
I went there once, and I thought I saw the Hulk, but now that you mentioned the green thumb part,
yeah,
it could have been just the
thumb
right
that.
Oh. I'm always like, give me a sign, and I never look up. I just look down. You know what I didn't do? I did not figure out when we started this. So I don't even know how long.
Quite a while. How long is it?
I don't know.
No, Jesus, it's 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
They picked you up at 2:30.
Oh yeah. So we're probably getting close. But
Close to
I feel like
what?
we really do our jobs close to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But we're doing our jobs right now because we're obviously super prepared. And
yeah, we put a lot of work into this.
Are professionals. So suck it.
Yeah.
Molly.
Try to think.
Oh,
no.
no.
You think it's easy. Think up some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's not easy to make up.
Yeah, we're inventing stuff
things
every
like
week.
the dummy-proof computer.
Yeah, I think they have the
What is it called?
computer for dummies. I saw it once.
I think that's a book, though.
Oh,
See, the dummies don't even know that the book and the computer are two different things.
I thought.
So,
No.
that's this one. The dummy-proof computer is actually a clone of you.
That does your work.
Yes.
Hey, that's
That's a
much.
great idea.
That's the economy model.
Yeah.
That's not billions.
Not the job machine. This is just a dummy-proof computer.
Well, that only works for people that work on that.
It's like you, but ugly.
Well,
Which is great, because they'll never steal your spouse, the clone.
Oh, yeah. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, would your clone have feelings for your spouse? Or your loved one, or your partner, or whatever they are? If you love goats, would your clone love goats? Or would they like
I wonder
sheep?
if my clone would have all my aches and pains.
Yeah.
He would not, probably.
Or what if he's like, that's
he would
funny.
probably be like a new me.
Yeah, would it be like Westworld? Like just the shell and then he just gets brucified?
Yeah. You know, if I could put my brain into his body.
That's where I think we're going. We're just going to lift out the brains and put them into machines, and then we're going to get fresh suits. And then we're all going to be fucking hot. I mean, I'm good either way, but it's, you know.
Might as well be handsome.
Might as well just be the best version of you. I'll just go, here, could you
Oh, yeah,
do
that's right. It's going to be you still.
the 20-year-old model? I'll take that one. Let's just keep that.
It doesn't have to be old.
That was before the skin all did some stuff.
Everything started breaking.
Yeah, we were invincible.
I do have bionic knees, though.
I don't have bionic knees. Did one just creak?
Yeah.
It's all...
It does it. Titanium against bone.
Oh my gosh. He's all, I got bionic
good.
knees.
Man, that works good.
This is great.
Like the Tin Man. Somebody to
Oil can. Hold on, Dad. Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's much better. Come on, come on.
I just wish I had a brain. I could while away the hours consulting with the flowers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
And never have it rain.
No. That's what it is now.
I make it work.
This is the 2019 version.
Yeah.
So don't add us, bro.
What about people that don't even know what we're talking about? Everybody knows.
Everybody knows Wizard of Oz.
You know, that movie was awesome for its time.
And this time.
And it's still awesome.
It's still awesome.
Yeah.
Like, even the special effects, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
You're impressed for that time.
That was a monumental accomplishment.
And like, the wizard, and then switching from color to black and white, like black and white to color.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget that when I saw the yellow brick road, and then those ruby slippers.
Yeah.
And the green skin. And I was like, hey, it's
when
me.
I first saw it, it was on a black and white TV, though.
That's anticlimactic.
I didn't really appreciate all
So, your
that
parents...
colorful stuff. But it was still a good movie.
It was an excellent movie.
And you know what? We used to have to get up to change the channel.
I remember.
Get up and turn a dial.
When I was little, we had a
that?
TV like that. Except it had 2 dials. You know, you had the lows and then the high ones. Do you remember those? The 2 dial?
TV? Oh.
Yeah, because you got the low channels and then there was a dial. And then we'd have to get up, you'd be like, hey, go change the channel. We'd have to go change. I was little. I remember what TV that was.
With the satellite hooked up to it? Or not?
I
was an early adopter, and boy, was that a piece of crap.
You know what? We always had the newest shit.
Yeah.
That's why I always want the new tech, I think, because I'm always like, what does it do? Let's get it.
It's like an 8-foot dish.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember? And I
It
had
was
to have
before
it
that, way
planted
before
in the
that, yeah.
backyard and cement it all in and everything.
And then
And then I never used it because it was too complicated.
it was never hooked up.
I hooked it up, but it was so complicated.
I didn't.
You know, by the
know
time
that.
you find your satellite.
That thing was huge.
Yeah.
We had a fig tree. I was just always like, I want to climb in the dish. That's all I wanted to do. It was massive.
Yeah. But it's not like those little Dish Network ones.
No. I have one.
That
of
you
them.
just clamp on.
Did you know they don't take those back? So I have like 2 dish things on the side of my house.
I was wondering about
Just
that.
chilling there because the person before me and then mine. They don't take it down either when they come and install it. They just left it up and put
Why don't
the
they
new one.
just put the new one where the old one is?
They're like, no, we don't want to miss that. Just whatever.
You know,
Because they're not doing their.
they're not doing their job. Yeah.
And you know.
Or they don't put the effort into it. You know, I was always taught a job worth doing is a job worth doing well. That's why I always get in so much trouble.
I like the other version of that. That's don't do anything half-assed. Do it with your whole ass.
That's right. Put your whole ass into it.
Put your ass into your work and your work into your ass. Oh wait, going back to probing. Wait, no, that's gonna be at the end. You guys don't know about that yet.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing that you should stay tuned for at the end of this.
You know, I think they're
probes go in the end.
I think they're finally admitting, at least the shows I watch, that there are aliens.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming. We knew that shit when you were trickling ET out to us.
But you know, where are they from?
Everywhere.
Or is it?
It's an infinite universe.
Or is it people like you and me that have gone to heaven and they're coming back to just check things out? Or a tour of some kind.
Or is it people in a different dimension visiting our dimension? Because there could be 1,000 different dimensions in the same place.
Parallel.
Yes,
existence.
simultaneous existences. That's when ghosts, I think you're just seeing into another dimension. When weird shit happens, the dimensions are warbling. Damn it.
Oh man.
The fuzz.
Speaking of ghost.
See? That was a dimensional warble.
Yeah. You know what? That was probably a pissed off ghost.
It's like, fuck, she figured it out. Guys, new plan. New plan. Like The Good Place? That one guy that figured everything out? That's me.
Yeah.
I'm Doug Forsett on The Good Place.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Do you know the show The Good Place?
No.
You haven't seen The Good Place? Yes, you have. About they thought they were in heaven, but I don't want to spoil.
Oh,
this.
with
Kristen, Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell, Ted Danson.
Ted Danson, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I watched that show before.
Yeah. There's one guy that figured it all out, and his name was Doug Forsett. They're all, nobody's ever figured it out, except Doug Forsett. When he was high on this, and he's like, what if...
That opens your awareness.
It does.
You know what I never tried, but I'm not going to talk about that.
What? You never tried shrooms? LSD?
No, I never tried.
I never tried any of
else.
that either. I always thought I hallucinate enough. Just be
Naturally.
me. I don't want to bring a lot of other stuff.
Naturally hallucinate.
No, I always thought cocaine would give me a heart attack because I have anxiety. So I'm like, I never want to speed up my
Cocaine
heart. or
probably
speed,
give you a heart attack.
it would explode, I'm sure.
Your whole body would probably explode.
But actually, I was reading up on people are doing, for depression and anxiety, they're doing microdosing of LSD. Like you go in a doctor's office and they'll, like for an hour, and they'll give you a tiny little dose. But it's like balancing people's neural pathways because they're so deep, and it like rewires the grooves of where you normally go. And it helps them get out of those patterns. I'm like, that's crazy. And they don't get all, because it's such a low dose, they don't like hallucinate a ton. They just like have a cool dream.
See?
But I'm like, that I would do because it's in a doctor. Because I'm just afraid of that shit. You don't know what's in it.
I know, you don't want to jump out the window thinking you can fly or something like that.
I'll never forget when I was a teenager and I was watching something and this guy was on PCP.
Oh, yeah.
And he was running towards the cops. They were shooting him and he was still running.
Yeah.
Like, it was like an animated corpse at that point.
You know what it is? This is really something I believe too. He doesn't fall because he doesn't think those bullets will stop him.
Yeah, it's a perception.
And it's faith that he has.
Faith that he's gonna live and it doesn't matter. I mean, he died, but then, physics is like, fuck you, no.
Yeah, in his case, it only worked for a little while.
Yeah, but
it got him those few extra steps.
Because if somebody was walking and they got shot like that, not on PCP, they're going to go, oh no, bullet, I'm dead. Yeah. And then they're just going to fall down.
But if they thought, oh, a bullet.
If they thought they were like in the movies, where you could shrug it off.
Shake it off. Stuff my bandana in it.
Yeah. Put my belt. All right, keep moving. It's so funny when I watch all the action shows. I'm like, come on, just jump, just do this. But then, like me, if there's like high steps, I'm like, woo, I better hold the railing. This is getting scary. I think I'm gonna be so brave in that situation.
Yeah, jumping from roof to roof.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, you can totally make it. That's an easy jump.
6 feet. If that.
And me, I'm like, oh, these are steep.
Yeah, but it's not that measurement. It's the long fall down.
And gravity.
See? There again. If you had faith, you can do it.
You can do your job.
Yeah.
You can do your job of
I think the universe God designed the universe. Because he says, if you had the faith the size of a mustard seed, you could move mountains.
I've moved molehills.
Yeah. Well, anyway, move molehills.
That's very similar to the theory I subscribe to, which is the law of attraction.
I stuck a road flare down a molehill.
What did it do?
Got the molehill.
Holy moly! Did he die?
I don't care.
Oh, but what if he had a mole family?
He was digging the lawn up.
But that's his habitat. You put your house there. He was probably there first.
He's like an Indian.
Moles have been there forever. Like, he's got a whole family down there. And you're like, fuck you, mole!
Oh, jeez. I'm going to take your land.
You're shocking off.
Take your land.
Yes! You're an evil white man.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. That's why I don't kill things. I just can't.
Yeah. I had a bird in my hand last week.
Did you have two in the bush?
No.
Oh.
It was worth it, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought they'd be pecky.
No, two birds actually flew into the house.
Yes.
I told you about that.
You did.
And the first one, your mom threw a towel over, and when I went to grab it, I grabbed the whole bird.
Oh.
And I had the bird in my hand, and now these birds are the birds that are crapping on the barbecue. They sit up on top of the patio board and crap on the barbecue.
Or maybe your barbecue's right under their toilet.
I ain't using it anymore.
You didn't kill them.
I could have solved it right there, but I couldn't do it.
Good.
I opened my hand and he flew away.
Oh, released into the wild.
Both of them did that.
See, that's a good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. You know, a bird, if it was a rat or a mole.
But the Ratatouille, he had a family. He knew how to cook. What if it's Ratatouille and you just murder him because he's on your property?
I doubt if it's
Get off my lawn!
There's only one Ratatouille. He's in France anyway.
Maybe he's on vacation and he's like, sunny California, here I come.
I really doubt it.
I feel like we should
One
screen
rat
the
out of
rats.
how many rats are there?
Yeah, but then you can say that with people. One person out of how many? Who cares? Where's the slope end, Bruce? It's a slippery one.
Slope again.
Because if you truly value life, you would really value it in everything, wouldn't you? Because otherwise you believe in superiority. And nature doesn't have superiority unless it's like food chains and stuff. Minor detail. Otherwise, we're all equal in nature.
I think nature could just snuff us out whenever it wanted to.
You know what? This is the whole funny part. Everybody's so afraid. They say you should fear God and blah, blah, blah. Mother Nature could snuff all of our asses out. So you should actually be nice to her.
That's God.
You could be nice to God. But Mother Nature, this planet is a living thing. You should probably be
Created
nice.
by God.
You believe that?
Yes, I do.
I believe we don't know anything. What if this is really a belly?
That's where you gotta have faith.
What if we're a pregnant belly of a star woman and we're just her little babies in here?
Never thought of, you know what? Or what if we're a piece of dust
Like
on
Horton Hears a
somebody's
Song?
shoulder?
Yeah.
And they, you know, he could flick us off at any moment.
What if we're a rat in someone's backyard?
And somebody stuffs a road footer down our hole. Oh, that would suck.
Think about how that experience was probably for that mole.
Fresh coughing in there.
And then little baby moles are all,
Breathing toxic
Daddy!
fumes.
Daddy, what's happening?
Oh,
Mommy moles comforting
now I
them.
feel bad.
See, I can make anybody feel terrible about any choice.
Chewing up the lawn. I don't feel bad at all.
But we just talked about the mole family.
You know what?
What?
The ultimate...
Warrior?
Yeah. Well, the ultimate... What am I saying?
I don't know, but I feel like
Mole
we should have a drum roll.
I could have stuffed a snake down that hole.
See, that's the thinking.
That's
Then
the green way to do
you
it.
get someone else with the natural ability to do it for you. See?
Yeah.
That's why I always have
But what if...
murderers
You know, I just had a
do it
thought.
for me. What?
What if the snake went down there, ate the mole, and then couldn't get out of the hole? Because he was too fat.
Well,
He'd have to sit in there and digest that mole.
yeah. And then you know what? That's great because if another mole's like, hey, look at this hole, the snake's like, no. Get it to my mouth. He's like, oh shit.
Unless he comes in the other way. And what if he starts gnawing on your tail?
Then there's a
Then you're
snake problem.
screwed. Yeah, if you could turn around, you could eat him.
Would the mole eat the snake? Snake versus mole. We need to let's get one of each.
Maybe a mole wouldn't even eat it.
The next episode, we'll get a cage.
But
We'll
they
put it on
don't
there.
see very good.
Snakes or moles?
Moles.
They don't?
No. It's because
It's
they're in the
probably
dark
'cause
down
they're-
there.
But why don't they have night vision? How do you know they don't have night vision?
Do you ever watch the cartoons about a mole and their eyes are always...
So
So
cartoons
moles
is the
don't see.
basis
That's
of
where
this
I learned it.
statistic. You know Tom and Jerry, when they met the mole, he could barely open his eyes, like Mr. Magoo.
And your mom accused me of being Mr. Magoo today.
Are you bumbling around?
Oh, Magoo.
Yeah. Oh, bros. What did
I love Mr. Magoo.
Magoo was cool because
Yes, he's so
I like that they were all equal opportunity and allowed him to drive. I'm like, wow, where'd I go?
on construction sites.
When he registered a car, nobody was like, hey, maybe not a good idea.
You gotta love Mr. Magoo.
I saw this thing one of my friends shared from high school. When I say friend from high school, I mean someone that I knew once.
Yeah, I know how friends from high school
Yeah.
are. The guys you're always going to stay in touch with no matter what.
Yeah.
You have
So
no idea where they live now.
I just see posts on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you're in the world.
Yeah.
But she posted at the church that she goes to, the woman that does the programs every Sunday cannot see very well.
Oh no.
And on the back of the program, she had a picture of Ewan McGregor instead of Jesus.
Oh no. No way, that's not true.
Totally. She took.
Everybody came to church and probably think Ewan McGregor died.
They're like, wow. God bless your soul.
That must
Interesting.
be at a funeral now, Don. Well, it was time for
I
church.
didn't know they'd give him this much room in the program, but okay. Was he Mormon?
Yeah. No,
She
I
put
don't
the picture of it on there, like.
know. Yeah, that is so funny.
I'm like, well, that's progressive.
That's
You
really
just
funny.
give the blind woman the design job. Good job. Equal opportunity employer.
Yeah, that's
Very-
the green way.
Very
Dude.
Jesus-like. To
Yeah,
just
that-
let anyone
Well,
show what
if
they've got.
Yeah. You know, you could do like Jesus would do, but Jesus could make the blind man see.
Oh, that's the part they forgot.
Yeah, they didn't think
It
about
was
that.
very Jesus-y.
Yeah, you aren't Jesus. You know?
I forget that all the time.
You just do as he does. You'll be fine. But see, you can't do everything he does.
I can't because I have woman parts. So
Yeah, see.
I can't do like pee like Jesus. I can't.
Yeah.
I can never do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like
But what would Jesus do?
See, I feel like everybody that says what would Jesus do doesn't do anything that Jesus does.
Probably.
Especially if they wear it on jewelry or t-shirts. Then you
Has
know.
he seen it?
Yeah.
Oh.
They
I
have
haven't seen it.
WWJD on bracelets and
Oh, is
t-shirts.
that what that means?
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
just watch those people. If you see it, just watch how
I
they
thought it was a website or something.
go about themselves. Is it .d.com? Where do we put the dot?
www.jd.
JD. I feel like
Oh.
Jesus would like that. He's like, JD? What would JD? Because I think Jesus did stuff like that.
But
He was
Jesus
cool.
was cool. He was the coolest guy.
I feel
Walked
like
the earth.
I would have liked him.
Nah, I would have.
I feel
I
like
still
maybe
like
he probably was a little good looking too. I think
Yeah,
Jesus would have been
probably.
hot.
Yeah.
If you look like Ewan McGregor, nice. I'm
Yeah.
for it.
I've got his picture on the wall at home. He's pretty handsome.
But that's white Jesus. Because they were from the Middle East, so he ain't gonna have blue eyes,
He
Jesus.
could have anything he wants.
He is part God. I feel like, what if he had yellow eyes? Yeah! Yellow-eyed
He
Jesus!
wouldn't have yellow eyes.
Purple? Red.
Green.
Oh,
I bet he had green eyes.
2%.
Yeah. I bet we're directly descended.
I am Jesus. But you could call me Jesus. Because it's more
Oh.
politically correct
Yeah.
these days. If you call yourself Jesus, sometimes people have issues with
Well, you
it.
can't call yourself Jesus if you're like an ancestor.
I'm like Jesus .2.
He's your brother.
Is he my brother?
I think he's your brother.
Is he my uncle? I feel like he's old. Maybe great.
He could be
Great.
anything he wants.
Jesus didn't have kids. I'm not his descendant. Did he have kids? Did
Brother.
Jesus?
I said brother, not father.
Oh yeah. But then who is the mom? Mary. I don't feel like that geography
I
works
don't
out.
understand the whole thing, but I believe it.
Do you?
I do.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I
I do too, but nobody knows the answers.
Yeah, so why believe it? If you're not going to know the answers.
Because God knows the answer. And if you talk to him,
you believe God knows the answer. What if he doesn't?
Man.
What if God's like, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I thought you guys would. That's why I put you here, so you can figure it out.
Well, yeah,
what if?
You know,
we don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. I think we create our own reality.
You know what you get when you cross the elephant with the rhino?
Elefino.
That's an old joke.
Oh.
I'm going to tell the bear joke, the polar bear
It's
joke.
the best joke in the world.
I love this joke. You know how to catch a polar bear?
How?
You dig a hole in the ice.
Because it's cold.
Yeah.
Right now.
Dig a big hole in the ice, and you line it with peas.
I love peas.
And when the bear takes a pee, you kick him in the ice hole. I love that joke.
I love that joke too. I tell it often on the internet, and I say, "You've probably heard this from me, but it's still good."
That is a good.
I also like saying, "When I was a kid, Frankfurters only cost a nickel," and I don't know where I got it, and I've said it for years.
They were a lot less than a nickel.
Were they?
How
much did Frankfurters cost? Yes.
I don't know.
Less than a nickel.
We used to give them away at the store. And the bun.
That was so fun when you guys would have events.
I know.
And those machines. They had popcorn machines. I guess kids nowadays, that's it's not a big deal, but for us it was a big deal.
Elephant ride. Now that's something you can't do today.
No, you
probably never get a permit to put kids up on an elephant.
Yeah, I did not go up on that elephant.
Didn't you?
Oh,
I didn't either.
I'm like, that is so dangerous. How is this even happening?
I think Doug did.
He did, and Bridget.
Oh, yeah.
They both went up. But I was the child that was like...
That was cool.
I feel like there's some safety precautions.
So cool.
I love elephants.
I think they're smart as we are.
But I think the people renting elephants probably don't.
They're smart as we are, but they can't write. And they...
Yet.
How do you do stuff like we do when you're 4 legs and a big nose?
I saw an elephant paint with his trunk, and it wasn't bad.
Really?
Yeah, they're adapting. They're going to slap the shit out of us with those trunks pretty soon.
Them and the dolphins.
Yes.
As soon as the dolphins learn how to breathe, or learn how to walk, I mean.
Yep. And then the whales can eat us.
Those things
in
are
a gulp.
So strong.
They're and we're mean to all of the creatures. Not we, like me, but you and the rest of the world, yeah. Because you're blowing them up in mole holes.
Because a few people screw it up for everybody, just like everything else.
Yeah, like the government.
Yeah, just a few people get in there and screw it up.
That's because their parents...
Well, I think all of them are screwed up now.
Me too. I think they're all corrupt. We need to fire everybody. We need to torch the government and start over.
You know what? We should put those out-of-work farmers now up there. I bet they'd do a better job.
And all the people in the closed auto factories. Get them up in there. How about their lives?
Give them a job and see where it goes.
I like it. They would do the job.
Yeah.
I bet you anything.
I bet you they would too.
Mm-hmm. We're solving everything.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words about doing your job, Bruce?
If everybody would do their job, the world would be a happy place.
I agree. Except I think if everyone did their job, the world would be slightly more tolerable.
I think way more.
Which is the same thing. You are happy, I'm slightly less annoyed.
Troublemakers, if they're doing their... Well, no, that doesn't... Their job is making trouble.
That's my job.
Yeah, that's not going to change a whole lot. Never mind.
Because if a bad guy's doing his job...
Yeah. Bank robber's doing his job.
You know. Computer hackers.
You still got those
election riggers.
And, and there again, a few people spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, Russia. Come on.
Yeah.
Worry about your own elections.
Apples.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wouldn't either. If I was them, I'd spy on every motherfucker I could. Yeah.
We're their enemies.
I know! And look at who's at the head. I'd be really getting everything I could on us if I was them. But that's for another episode.
I think he's trying to take us over.
I don't like his style. Nah, I'm gonna say no. I'll go to Canada.
You know, it still really bothers me that Trump and Putin had a private meeting. That really bothers me.
It really bothers me that I think they did something with their privates. But
that wouldn't bother me as bad.
He's masquerading with Melania. I feel like Melania deserves better.
She does.
Even though, I don't know, she doesn't seem like the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm just gonna say. Even though she came over here on some ridiculous visa that you have to be a genius for, I want to see the test results.
I bet you could get a visa if you were really pretty.
You know how many gorgeous Russians there are that have to marry fat assholes just to get over here?
See, but look.
But that's not the visa she came over. She came over on like a genius visa. Like, come on, bro.
Just think of that.
To ask her 20 plus 20.
Every girl has a soulmate.
No, they don't.
Oh,
no. You think so?
Yeah, because when I get somebody, he groped me. He groped me. And they'll arrest him.
That
put him in jail.
So false and right. We gotta cut this. Because now.
It could be bad. You know what? People are so. You know what used to happen when you groped somebody? They'd slap you in the face. See, that's the way it should be.
I think men should keep their goddamn hands to their goddamn selves, because I've been groped my entire life since I was a teenager.
Men and some are assholes. A few of them spoil it for everybody.
Fuck that. No, because if women can control ourselves, you motherfuckers can control yourselves. You don't say men are men.
Control themselves.
Am I grabbing everyone's balls and dick when I walk past them? No. No. Do I grab men's asses? No. So if I can keep it to myself, so can a man. I'm giving him just as much credit as me. I feel like you're grown up enough where you don't have to grab people's boobs and ass.
Men are just born assholes.
Well, you know what? They gotta step the fuck up. That's what we're saying. You got the boys will be boys time. Now you need to step the fuck up and not grope people. Do your fucking job and pay women an equal wage.
Ta-da.
But this is terrifying, the white males.
I know. I guess I'm a dick.
See? That's why I'm here, to paint the picture. Because I'm the one getting groped. I'm the one getting men saying disgusting things to me online every day.
Indians.
Yeah. Do you know this shit I hear just because I have boobs?
Holding slaves.
Yeah. And it's your daughter. They're objectifying your daughter because why? Because they have a dick? No, you don't get to do that, motherfucker. You're gonna keep the dick in your pants and shut the fuck up. Keep it in your head. Keep it in your bedroom. Jack off. Do what you do. I don't have to hear about it. But I don't have any opinions on this.
When men are young, they really have a hard time controlling themselves.
Well, we need to invent a drug that tranks the bitches.
That's what we need to do.
So, penis floppy pills when you're young, so you can get it together, and then you could get the blue pills when you're old enough to control it.
Chastity boy.
Yeah! Chastity boy belts. Chastity slings. Chastity slings.
And just the head of it peeks out so you can pay.
No.
But that's it.
No, like a little hole opens up. Like a beehole. It's robotic.
Then you can't make it big. You gotta have a little tiny hole or it's gonna get out of there.
Yeah, no, just like a little, it's like a porthole in a ship.
Yeah. Just big enough for a stream.
Yeah. And then if the poor kid gets a boner, it's one of those like retracty cups and it goes.
It teaches them, don't do that again.
And then if a female comes along, it compresses the boner. So they learn their lesson. They're like, oh my God!
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You know what? I feel like this would solve all of the problems.
Probably.
We just solved it! I wasn't even gonna get into sexism, but we were there and we solved it in like 10 minutes. Okay.
Ta-da!
We just did our job, folks.
Okay. We should wrap it up.
Yep. Our final thought for the day.
Do your job.
Do your fucking job. Adios. Until next time.
Fixes the world.
Fix the world.
Do your job.
You! This is first contact.
Yeah. No, that's second contact
Oh.
for this one.
Oh.
But it's of the fourth kind.
Is it? What dimensions?
Alien substance in my eye.
As long as it didn't involve probing.
Doesn't
Okay.
involve anal probing.
Who said anything about anal? There's all
That's what
kinds
they do.
of probing.
That's it.
Maybe we're just anally obsessed and they probe all kinds of things.
That's what aliens do.